The secret to content creation, I wish I knew sooner, is to just be yourself. Your raw, unpolished, imperfect self. This is the part I got completely wrong. I watched tons of videos that suggested spending hours on a thumbnail, speaking perfectly to the camera, and having a perfect background, and buying the best equipment right away. I have never enjoyed public speaking in my entire life. It's a lot harder than what it looks. Watching people on YouTube that look so natural, you think, it would be easy, but it's far from it. I feel speaking into my phone or camera very impersonal and daunting. It's funny because in real life, I love people. I love talking with people, and that is definitely not showing up in my videos. In reality, I know I'm a very approachable person, as complete strangers have always walked up to me and struck up a conversation. The conversation usually involved them opening up to me about something they've never told anyone in their lives. But then put me in front of a camera and it feels so cold and unnatural. The nerves kick in. I'm trying to relax more by deep breathing before the camera comes on. I'm the type of person that has a very strong will, and when I set my mind to something, I commit to it, and I never give up. There's nothing that can stop me. So I decided to keep showing up for myself, for my own personal growth, no matter what. Whether I have subscribers or no subscribers, I know that this is a journey for me. When you show up for yourself every single day and you share your own personal journey and struggles, people will find me more relatable. I want my channel to reflect my spiritual journey. I have rituals and routines that I follow every day. When I get up in the morning, I stumble over to the coffee pot because I am a full-time 12-hour night shift worker. And I couldn't find my own car in a parking lot if it was the only car parked there without caffeine. Besides coffee being wonderful, it kickstarts my brain. While drinking my coffee, my delicious hazelnut coffee, I might add, I sit at my kitchen table where I start my day. I start my day by journaling. I have found journaling to be so rewarding. Reflection and introspection of my daily life gives me so much peace of mind. I start out writing what I'm grateful for. Usually, this consists of things from the previous day. It sets the tone and the positive tone for my entire day. Anything else, I feel that at that moment, I write it down. The physical act of writing down whatever we feel on the inside gets the feelings and the emotions physically out of the body. I also practice lighting sage and opening a window. I like cleansing my space and my own energy daily to get rid of any negative energy I may have picked up. I usually light some Palo Santo. I love the smell. I love to meditate every day, sometimes for 15 minutes and sometimes for half an hour, depending on the time on my free time. Connecting to the breath calms my entire state of being and regulates my mental health in a very positive way. Connecting to Source is one of the best feelings in the entire world to me. Sometimes I receive words, images, insights, and downloads, which can create an abundance of creativity and flow for me. I love reading. I can't get enough new information, learning more and more. I was drawn to Reiki about a year ago. Reiki means universal life force energy. It's an ancient healing method that manipulates energy flow in the body. It reduces stress, anxiety, and encourages relaxation in the client. A friend of mine had suggested we take a level 1 Reiki course on a Saturday we both had off. The course was absolutely amazing. The teacher had such a bright white light and amazing energy. I felt instantly and immediately drawn and connected to her. With a level 1 attunement and course, we were to practice only on ourselves every day for a month and journal everything we saw or felt. That month was the start of my own healing journey. I had separated from my husband and then became divorced. I felt like a complete and utter failure, as nobody gets married to become divorced. During that month of self-Reiki, a lot of things started to come up. Things I had subconsciously buried from my childhood. I was living stuck in survival mode and not even realizing it. I was so bitter and so angry at myself and at the world around me. During my Reiki treatments every morning, I began to see intense variations of colors. With my eyes closed, soon the colors appeared to me to be breathing all on their own. I know it sounds funny, it sounds woohoo, but it was my body's energy wheels and chakras showing themselves to me and showing the movement of energy inside my body. Movement of blocked and suppressed emotions were coming up to the surface for me to really see them. I was a master at not feeling anything, suppressing everything so I could continue on surviving in my life. I had no problem playing judge and jury towards others and being critical of them. I had not even noticed how negative I had become. Reiki is a very loving, universal energy, and it has a way of making us see things that we have tried to keep hidden from ourselves. When I started to see the repressed emotions and let them out, usually through journaling and many tears, my life began to change dramatically and change for the better. I realized my abandonment wound from my childhood had been in the driver's seat of my life for the past 48 years. It was time to look intensely at it and see it and feel it for what it was. I remember being in deep meditative state, instantly seeing my inner child, the little girl that would have done anything to have the love and attention her father was unable to give her. By this point, I had completely and utterly fallen apart. I saw her standing in front of me, about 5 years old, and I told her none of what happened was her fault. I hugged her and sent her all the love I had inside me, blanketing her in white light. She then started to fade from my vision. When my eyes opened and I was aware of my surroundings, I got up, went to the washroom, and then physically threw up. I was a blubbering, snotting mess, but I had physically expelled the bottled up emotions I had stored away in Pandora's box for a lifetime, in my cells and in my body. It was such an emotional healing. I was absolutely exhausted, mentally and physically, and it took every ounce of energy I had within me to crawl over to my bed and get in. I slept for hours. My years of practicing being an emotionless stone were coming to an end. The life that we are blessed to have is meant for feeling all of our emotions. The good, the bad, and of course the ugly. Feelings are nothing more than energy in motion. When we hold on to them and bury them, they cannot move or be in motion. Instead, we just choose to feel. If we would just choose to feel them and let them go, we create space for new and joyful experiences to come into our life.